Hello and welcome to another video on our channel on how we move the decimal. And this channel is just about how we do extra things to earn extra money so we can afford to have, children because they're really expensive. In this video, I'm actually listing a bunch of vintage books that unfortunately had already been listed and we lost all the listings. Sometimes eBay does this. When eBay does this, I really recommend going through, and I've talked about it in other videos, tracking your inventory, making sure it's still there. I don't do it as much as I should do it. I should do it way more than I do. Definitely do it once a year before tax time. Ideally, I would do it every month. I maybe do it once every 4 months, and a lot of times that happens because I'm just moving around inventory. So I ended up taking an inventory when I'm combining boxes with each other just to make room. Like I've said before, we don't have a designated space to do eBay, so we have to figure out how to put it in our house. And I had previously listed all of these books before. In fact, they should have been listed over a year ago. But when I was doing inventory, end of the year inventory this year, I found that all of my tubs that were labeled in the 60s, so 60 through 69, and these books were part of that, were not listed in my eBay store anymore. And unfortunately, all of those things tend to be listed around the same time, probably within the same month. And they just fell away. But fortunately for myself, I do keep all of my photos in a Google photo storage. So they're there. I go through and I will delete those after I get rid of that inventory. I don't delete them as they sell. Again, that's probably something I should do, but I do delete them when I know I no longer have that inventory at the end of the year because there is limited space there. But I also have a designated Google photo account for this. And to have a Google photo account, all you have to do is have a Gmail account and it has photos and you can upload all your photo accounts to that. So I was able to find all of the photos from all of my Tub 60s in my Google photo account and I was able to download those back into the eBay listings, which is what I did. But I have to go through and remake all of these listings. On the upside, I have a fairly decent memory, so I kind of remember like the weights and stuff for them, and books can go media mail, so they tend to ship slightly cheaper. However, I have heard individuals are having difficulty with media mail right now and taking too long or shipments just not making it to their end goal, which leaves me a little anxiety. And if first class is very close to what the media mail price is, a lot of times I will just upgrade the buyer to the media mail or to the first class mail, even if they paid for media mail, because with eBay, remember, you can always upclass somebody, but you can't downclass them. So if they paid for first class, I can't send it media mail. But if they paid for media mail, I could send it first class or priority. And some of my more expensive things that I know could go media mail or could go first class, I will send it priority so I could get the insurance on it. And I've had better luck at priority shipments making it to their end goal, where some of my other shipments, especially media mail, just may not. We recently, well, when I say recently, the past 3 weeks, we've been having snowstorms pretty consistently. The first one was pretty bad, so I actually ended up ending all of my listings. I put my listings on vacation for during the snowstorm, so I didn't have to worry about selling anything or shipping anything because I wasn't sure if we would be able to get out of our house and go pick these things up. So with that, we did a lot of looking at it inventory wise during the snow days too, that since I put the store on vacation. When I do go on vacation, and if I think it's going to be a long time, sometimes in the summer I get very busy and it gets very difficult to do shipments. I may just end all my listings for that time, and that way when I re-up them, they're new. Some people claimed when they are on vacation and they put their store back from being on vacation that their sales are still really slow. I don't want to have to worry about that. So sometimes I just end them and it's like they're brand new listings when I get back and start them up again. And that is an option. But yes, eBay has your back shipping wise if there is a snowstorm. However, with where we live, the roads may be good in other parts, but they're not good in our area. So we are not consistently able to get out of where we live, even if our town is okay. So eBay wouldn't have my back in that aspect because they say, my town is okay. And we didn't get like, you know, 20 inches of snow or 30 inches of snow or 2 feet of snow, but we got enough snow that we were pretty much housebound for 5 days, and I would not have been able to do the shipping. Now, these books that I have, several of them, they all came from one huge auction lot. The auction was an online auction. A lot of the auctions in our area have turned online, but a lot of them now are going back to in person. But it was selling an entire bookcase. So the whole lot was the bookcase. They did not take great pictures. They weren't going through and showing individual titles or anything. They just took a picture of someone probably standing 2 feet in front of the bookcase and put bookcase full of books. But you don't get the bookcase, you just got all the books. We ended up winning it relatively cheaply, but I think that was because you couldn't zoom in and see the individual titles no matter how much you zoomed in. It was just blurry and really pixelated. So people won't want to buy books unless they can tell. And sometimes people don't like to buy vintage books because there's no barcodes to scan, especially Amazon sellers that want to be able to scan the barcodes. Honestly, since we don't sell on Amazon, I tend to become more drawn to vintage books than I am to the newer books with barcodes because I'm not on the Amazon platform in which they're going to sell better. And if I can have access to them, usually other people can too. So I'm not going to go to the Dollar Tree and start scanning books and trying to find them. I've seen plenty of videos where people go and do that. But since I don't sell on Amazon, that's not something that I'm interested in. However, if you give me an entire bookcase full of vintage books, I'd be more than willing to look at them. Some of these books are from the 40s, most are from the 50s, and some are from the 60s. And there were even older ones that we ended up Facebook marketplacing that weren't really selling well on eBay or that I didn't want to ship. I honestly right now have an entire complete set of a World Book Encyclopedia that I don't want to ship, so I'm trying to figure out where I want to list it at. On eBay, it's going for close to $400, but I really don't want to ship that. So I'm going back and forth on that, and I haven't even photographed it because I honestly don't know what I want to do with it, which is part of the whole trying to get through my death pile this year. I need to just eat the frog and take pictures of it and figure out if I want to list it on Facebook Marketplace or on eBay. Those are the only two places that we sell on. We do not sell on Mercari or Poshmark or Whatnot now is, I guess, a new thing to sell on. We don't sell on Amazon. We just sell on eBay and Facebook Marketplace. And I usually use Facebook Marketplace for large things I don't want to ship, child items that I know won't sell on eBay, but people in my area would be interested in. We sold a whole bunch of pull-down maps from an elementary school, vintage pull-down maps on Facebook Marketplace because I didn't want to ship them. Yes, I took a price cut on those. I did not make as much as I could have made selling them on eBay, but I also didn't have to deal with shipping or returns or people having issues. And they sold within 30 minutes of listing on Facebook Marketplace, and someone came and picked them all up and took them. My husband did keep some though because they are really cool. The really big classroom pull down maps. Some of them had several different layers to them. But I wasn't going to ship that. There's just no way I wasn't going to ship that. So we did sell it on Facebook Marketplace. My children's cribs and ride-on toys and high chairs and stuff, those have all been sold on Facebook Marketplace. And there is a place for them. They do make decent money. Am I going to make like $50 off of a high chair? No. Am I going to, make $10, $5 off of one? Yeah, I am. So with that, I do like using Facebook Marketplace for that stuff. Large quantities of things, large things, books, things I don't want to ship, things that, maybe wouldn't sell as well on eBay, all of that. Things that I would also put in a garage sale